And we are live. Hi everyone, and thank you very much for tuning into our first ByteDance live webinar. My name is Sherry, a HR business partner supporting the R&D team here in Singapore, and I'm thrilled to be your host today. Today's webinar, we will focus on the R&D team at ByteDance, and joining me today are the two gentlemen from our R&D team, Ken from the e-commerce team, and Tianyi from the data platform team. So our speakers today will sharing about their teams, what they do, what roles are currently available, and what types of candidates are the best fit for their teams. The hope for this webinar is to provide our communities with information that helps them better understand our teams and what an exciting time it is to join ByteDance right now. Before we get started, it will be great if our speakers could briefly introduce themselves and share with us what their team specializes in. Let's start with Ken, please.
Thanks, Sherry. Hi, everyone. My name is Ken. I lead the e-commerce team here in Singapore. I'm very excited to be here today. To share a little bit about my team, we are part of a global team working on the e-commerce platform for TikTok. In Singapore, we are currently focused on platform trust and safety and merchant insights. The trust and safety team's objective is to engineer a highly secure and trusted e-commerce platform to ensure that we are complying with regulations in the markets that we operate in. It involves, for example, encryption of user data and securing access to our platform services. For the merchant insights team, we focus primarily on providing our merchant partners the best-in-class suite of analytical tools, allowing them to leverage their data and enabling them to maximize their potential on our platform.
Thanks, Ken, for sharing. That really helps us understand the e-commerce team better. What about your team, Tianyi?
Thank you, Patricia. So I'm Tianyi from Data Platform Singapore, and I'm team leader for this Data Platform Singapore team. And currently what we are doing is to build the next generation data platform and data warehouse in order to help our data engineers to better understand their data warehouse and to build a better data warehouse, as well as to help our data scientists to find greater insights, which enables data-driven decisions. So right now, those things we are building are of massive scale, and we are moving fast, and these opportunities are exciting. And I also think that kind of opportunity where you get exposed to building massive scale systems is rare, especially in Singapore. And now we are looking for top product managers, engineers, and researchers to join us. And you can reach our HR for more information if you are interested.
Okay, thank you, Tianyi, for sharing about the data platform team. To follow up on that question, what is a typical workday like for you, and what drives you in your daily work?
Yeah, so basically I work with our product managers as well as with our engineering leaders, as well as with our customers and solution architects. And for the collaborative effort between me and product managers, we are mainly focused on the product strategy. And for engineering leaders, I think we are mostly spending time on aligning priority and roadmaps. And for our customers and solution architects, it's more about helping to bring this product into the market. And the things that are driving me is the opportunity to work with these top talents and the opportunity to learn and solve problems, as well as we have the opportunity here to build a great product that our customer can benefit from ByteDance technologies. And what about you, Ken? I'm also curious to know what your typical day looks like and what drives you as well.
Yeah, I would say, thanks, Tianyi. I would say pretty similar to yours, actually. My daily routine varies quite a bit depending on what are, our immediate priorities. But it involves a lot of coordination between teams, discussion on technical implementation details with my team, a lot of reading and research into different topics to help me better make decisions. In terms of, what motivates me to come to work every day. So I've been involved in software engineering for more than 20 years, and I still find myself having to learn something new just to keep up with the pace of innovation here in ByteDance. So, it definitely does not get old. I'm still learning something new every day. I'm still excited to come to work every day. Yeah.
Okay, thank you both for speaking about the motivation and enthusiasm that drive you to do your job. I'm sure our audience will also be excited to know if your team is currently looking for new talents, and if so, what qualities you are looking for. To share more on the e-commerce team and the qualities they look for in candidates, Ken, over to you.
Thanks, Sherry. For the e-commerce team, we are definitely looking out for great back-end, front-end, and testing engineers as we aggressively scale the team. So for new graduates, we are primarily looking for highly self-motivated young engineers with strong foundation in computer science and who possesses the intellectual curiosity to figure out how things work and to find solutions to engineering problems. For experienced hires, we will look and evaluate if your past experience might add to the depth and diversity of the technical capabilities for our team. We also expect that you be a creative problem solver and is able to write efficient and elegant code based on sound computer science principles. The problem we work on are complex and requires the collaborative effort from entire teams. So we definitely look for team players with the right values and mindset as well. Tianyi, maybe you can talk a little bit about the needs for your team and what kind of engineers you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you, Ken, for sharing that. And in my team, it's the role that we currently have is product managers, software engineers, research engineers, data engineers, and DevOps engineers. And typically, we will have two kinds of hiring, and one for new graduations. And for those kind of students, we are looking into your future potential instead of your background. And let's say there's someone applied for a software engineer, and it doesn't matter if she ever got into exam or final. What matters here is that he has the ability to explore options and solve a real problem, as well as these soft skills that are needed for day-to-day communication, like whether you can express your ideas clearly or whether you are forward-thinking. And for those who are already working, we have experienced hires for you, and the philosophy is essentially the same, but additionally, we'll be looking at your experience with previous companies to find the evidence to support the fact that you will be making great value with us. And we are also looking for diversity, and people in our team came from many different backgrounds, countries, and industries. So a person with open-minded is also what we are looking for.
I see. Thanks for sharing. So it's really exciting to learn that there are so many opportunities available in Singapore. And for myself, one of the many reasons why I chose to join ByteDance was because of the culture, what we call the Byte styles, the values that everyone resonates with and practices at work. And also the mentorship arrangement at ByteDance has also implemented in all teams. When I joined the firm, I was assigned to a mentor, and it greatly enhanced my onboarding experience. And I was able to quickly get up to speed on things. Tianyi, is Byte styles incorporated in your team, and how important is mentorship in your team?
Yeah, and Byte style is our company values, and it's leaders' responsibility to incorporate that value into our day-to-day work. And in my team, I think the explanation of these values boils down to three categories. It's about transparency, openness, and diversity. And I think for the everyone who joined this team, there will be a mentor assigned for you, and the mentor will be working on the same project or at least in the same team who's working closely with you, and the mentor will play a key part in transferring knowledge as well as creating meaningful discussions. So this will help newcomers to have a more smooth onboarding experience and help to create small successes in their first few weeks, and of course making bigger impact. And for learning part, I think fundamental stuff can be learned from textbooks or other online resources that you may have. But in order to be an engineer, you need to get your hands dirty by building it. That's the best way you learn. And is it the same? Is this the same for you in your team, Ken?
Yeah, pretty much the same, Kenny. For us, we aim to build a team that is pragmatic, collaborative, and focused on deliverables. I haven't, been in ByteDance for about 4 years. You start to understand that the success of ByteDance, the rapid success of ByteDance over the last 8 years or so is no accident. And I think, our core values as a company, ByteStyle, definitely plays a critical role in the whatever success ByteDance has had so far, right? And as a team and as individuals and as a leader, I think I definitely try to reinforce to the team the importance of embodying the core values, right? That is set out in ByteStyle, in our day-to-day work. Right? In fact, whenever I have a new employee or new team member on board, when I do the one-on-one, one of the key things I go through with the new hire is the importance of ByteStyle and the importance of making sure that they at least try to embody, to the extent, to the maximum extent, right, in their day-to-day work, and as they collaborate with other teams as well. In terms of mentorship, again, like your team, Tianyi, I think mentorship plays a tremendously important role in terms of integrating new hires to our team, to get them to maximize their individual potential, to get them to accelerate their learning, as well as to get them to understand what it really takes, basically, to be successful here in ByteDance.
Yeah. So to probe a little further, Ken and Tianyi, would you be able to share with us how you measure the success in your team and the career paths your team members can take at ByteDance? Ken?
Okay. I'll go first. So we measure success by the individual success by the quality and impact of your deliverables, basically. So, for example, if you're working on a service, we like to see, that the service is horizontally, scalable, is extensible, and it meets certain performance, latency criteria. And other than individual success, we also measure success in terms of what kind of impact you bring to the team that's outside your immediate scope of responsibilities. For example, if you help out other engineers with their engineering problems, or if you take the initiative to do research on a new framework, for example, and then organize a knowledge sharing session to basically share the key learnings, right, about this new framework to your team members. So I think that for us is also a measurement of success. In terms of career path, I would say it progresses in stages. The immediate priority for any new team member is to learn and to achieve a production level of proficiency, right, as a individual engineer. And later on, as you accumulate more knowledge, as you accumulate more experience, and if you, exhibit the right, a set of competencies or initiative, you might, be assuming a technical leadership role on a certain, area of expertise, for example, right? Or you might also be assigned to lead, a small team, right, working on a common stack or common feature vertical. And, as you, again, achieve or grow your competency or grow your experience as a leader, you find your role, your leadership role, growing in tandem as well. So it really depends on, the effort that you put in, and it really depends on, how much, to what extent you try to maximize your potential here in ByteDance. Because I think the room for growth is quite unlimited in ByteDance, just because we are working on, pretty hard problems, pretty large scale problems, and, a lot of times working on very new problems.
Yeah. How about
if I add, so I think fundamentally there are two skills that are important for you to success in any company. And one is that you can ask the right question, and which helps you to do the right thing. And the other one is to solve problems, which helps you to do things right. And often this is not the same thing, because I can name one extreme example. It goes like, you have this certain bug with your software, and you can, of course, fix this certain bug by rewriting the whole software. And that's often not the right thing to do. It's definitely, you can do that right. And in rare cases, it is, but normally no. And that's why we need to ask the right question. What are the constraints that we have? Perhaps in terms of resource, in terms of time, in terms of knowledge. So in this way, most of the cases, we'll realize that we should find another way, and probably more realistic to address the original issue. And for career path, I think, let's say if you just graduated from NUS and you started here as an individual contributor, and in the beginning you will be working on some of the system, and you'll be the one who's going to solve the problem. And of course, you will find a lot of things to learn, and because of different mindset, as well as maybe different technologies that we are using. And then basically you have three choices. You can stick with an individual, stick with being an individual contributor. Of course, a great individual contributor, which is very good at solving problems with expertise. Usually will become the go-to person in the group. And in this case, your domain knowledge and engineering expertise are things that matters most. And another possible path for a software engineer is to become tech leads, where we expect you to be an expert in certain domain and also be responsible for making technical plans. And last but not least, being a leader, where you are basically responsible to help your team to grow, as well as help your customers to get satisfied. And that's basically my point of view.
Okay, thank you, Ken and Ken, for everything you've shared today. It's been very insightful, and I myself actually learned a lot about your teams during this session. So we're almost at the end here, but I have one last question for you. You have both been with ByteDance for a while already. So for those who are looking to join us right now, why is it an exciting time to join us, in your opinion? And you can also talk about the e-commerce and data platform teams specifically. So we have Ken first.
Okay, thanks, Sherry. For e-commerce specifically, I think it's the opportunity to contribute to something that has immense potential from the very, very beginning. Because for the e-commerce team and the e-commerce business, we're just starting out. So we're building a lot of the fundamental services from scratch, essentially. So if you join at this stage, you're joining a product that's evolving very rapidly. That's going to evolve very rapidly, over the next few years. But this is going to be a product that, if we do our jobs correctly, do our jobs right, it's going to have an immense potential for growth, basically, right? And it could be a real, a big growth engine for ByteDance as well. So it's definitely a very, exciting opportunity. And then the other cool thing about working on the e-commerce team right now is it's almost like working in a very small agile startup within like a large agile startup, like ByteDance, because we are, building a brand new product from scratch. We are trying to figure out things as we go along together, right, collaboratively. So there's definitely, a lot of chance for ambitious engineers to, to show us, what are they capable of, basically. I think so. For that reason, I think it's a tremendously, exciting time, to be part of the e-commerce platform team in Singapore.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Ken on the part where we say that ByteDance is just a large startup, and I think for my team, it's more like it's essentially the same. It's the new market, and there's new technical opportunity, and in this case, it leads to more exposure for you to these challenges that we have met or to be faced. So that you have the opportunity to create value for our billions of users, as well as to help our customers to excel in their business.
Okay. And as we conclude and to build on our last topic, I would like to share more about our recruitment process. So for experienced hires, candidates applying to our technical roles will be required to go through 3 to 4 rounds of technical interviews, which might include live coding. And for campus hires, the fresh students will be required to take an online coding assessment. If you are past the test, you will be invited to 3 rounds of technical interviews with our team. And each round of the interviews will take about 45 minutes to 1 hour. And the topics that might be covered during the interview will be the computing fundamentals, from operating systems, databases, programming languages, network to data structure and algorithms. For those coding questions, you can choose the programming language that you feel most comfortable with. And it's also important for you to walk through the problem step by step along with your interviewer so that you can show your thought process and problem-solving ability. You will also be assessed on the speed and quality of your code. And for those experienced candidates, the interviews will be focused on the project experience and the complexity of your past projects, system design ability, as well as your leadership or management experience for those clear roles. Okay, well, I think that pretty much wraps up today's sharing. Before we end today's session, do either of you have any final thoughts you want to share with our audience?
No, I don't think so. But maybe we can drop our TikTok handle here for everyone to follow.
Yeah, okay. And just to reiterate, there are a lot of roles in our R&D teams here in Singapore, both experience and campus positions. So if you are looking for an exciting career and the opportunity to build your future together with us, please do apply. You can follow our LinkedIn and career websites to see the latest job postings we have. So thank you so much, Ken and Tianyi, for joining today's webinar. It's been wonderful to have both of you.
Thanks for having us. This has been a great opportunity to share with you the way we see things, and hope this information is helpful. And looking forward to see you here at ByteDance.
Thank you.